Hey everybody, today we're going to subtract rational numbers. Okay, so here's some rational numbers. They might be fractions. So we would have something like negative 4 and 1/7 minus negative 6/7. So the first thing that we're going to do before we do anything else, we're going to do stuff like this. You know what? I got a negative and a negative together. That's going to be plus a positive. Okay, so we'll simplify that a little bit that way. Now, the best way to do this is to make this an improper fraction. So this is going to be 4 times 7 is 28 plus 1 is 29. This is negative 29 sevenths plus 6 sevenths. Okay, so fortunately, these have the same denominator already. So I can just combine these. They're going to be sevenths, and this is going to be negative 23 sevenths. And if I need a mixed number, which, we had one here, so that's not too bad. You can leave it like this, but you could also convert it. So 7 will go in there 3 times, and that'll leave 2 left over. So this is this. So either one of these answers is acceptable. Okay, what about if we just have decimals? So 12.8 minus 21.6. Okay, so what I can do is this is the bigger one's negative, which a lot of people have a hard time with that. Your answer is going to be negative. But what you can do is instead of doing 12.8 minus 21.6, you can do 21.6 minus 12.8, and then just put a negative on the answer. So if I do this, that's going to be 0, that's 16. So 16 minus 8 is 8. There's my decimal. Remember, you're always lining up your decimals, right? So then 20 minus 12 is 8. And then my answer has to be negative because the negative number is bigger than the positive number. So negative 8.8 is my answer. Okay. Next. Find the distance between 2 and 1/3 and negative 2 and 2/3 on the number line. Okay. So I went ahead. Here's your number line. 2 and 1/3, so 1, 2, and just a little bit more than that, and negative 2 and 2/3, so 1, 2, and a little bit more, not quite 3. Okay, so I need to find this distance from here to here. Well, that's just going to be subtracting these two numbers, distance between, that's subtraction. So 2 and 1/3 minus negative 2 and 2/3. Okay, so remember, minus a negative is plus a positive. So I'm going to add these things together. They fortunately already have a common denominator. Now there's a couple ways I could do this. This is a pretty easy one. 1/3 and 2/3 is just 1. And 2 and 2 is 4, and I got to add those together and I get 5. Okay? So I can get 5, the distance between those is 5. And you can kind of see that, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that's 2/3, and another third makes 5. Or you can take these things and you could convert them all into improper fractions. Okay, so this would be 6/7 and this would be 8/3. And you can add those together, and that's 15/3, and then 15/3 is just 5. So either way, you get 5. Okay, in the water, the bottom of a boat is 2.1 feet below the surface, and the top of the boat is 8.7 feet above it. Towed on a trailer, the bottom of the boat is 1.3 feet above the ground. Can the boat and trailer pass under the bridge? Okay, so we got to get some information off the picture here. We're going through this tunnel, okay? and it tells us the clearance is 11 feet 8 inches. So that means that my boat on the trailer has to be less than 11 feet 8 inches, or we're not making it under the bridge. Okay, so if I just kind of, sometimes if you get confused, sketching a picture can be the best way to answer a question. So if this is like my water line, okay, and my boat sits in the water like this. Well, that's terrible. Let's redraw this. Okay, so here's the water, and here's my boat, sits in the water like this, okay? And the bottom of the boat is 2.1 feet below the surface, so this is 2.1 feet. And the top of the boat is 8.7 feet above, so this distance right here, or maybe I've got a sail up here or something. Okay, so the distance from here to here is 8.7 feet. Okay, so what's the total height of that boat? Well, it's going to be those two added together. So 8.7 plus 2.1 is going to be 9.8 feet. Now, the boat will obviously fit underneath there, but will the boat on the trailer fit underneath there? So, towed on the trailer, the bottom, let's see, the bottom of the boat is 1.3 feet above the ground. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to have another 1.3 feet added onto this. So this is going to be 11, and I carry my 1, and this is going to be 11.1 feet. So it appears that the boat will fit through there. Now the only thing you got to be careful of here, 0.1 feet is not 1 inch, and a lot of people make that mistake. Okay, remember there's 12 inches in a foot, so 12 times 0.1 is 1.2 inches. So this boat is actually 11 feet, or the boat on the trailer is 11 feet, 1.2 inches high. That will fit underneath the bridge at 11.8. So yes, it will fit under the bridge. Should write in complete sentences for a problem like this. Okay. If I had gotten 11 feet 7 inches, I'd be pretty nervous about going through there, but it would fit theoretically. Hopefully there's no lights hanging down or anything. Okay, real short lesson today, so 1 through 27 odd, and I will see you in class.